Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Maker. During the last part, I completed 7 levels that were shared on the Mega Maker official subreddit's weekly level sharing thread for August 16th through August 22nd. So in this part, as promised, I will be trying out the random level feature, which I suppose will pick a random level out of the tens of thousands of levels that have been submitted online already, and then I'll go through at least 5 or 6 of them. Of course, because this is the random level, well, the quality will range from the gamut of bad to good to great, as well as length, how original it is, how well designed it is, etc. It'll run the gamut, and I can't rely on looking through the level names or relying on the fact that using Reddit or Twitter kind of filters it. I'm going to the raw submission queue of every single level submitted. Hopefully I'll get some relatively, at the very least, average levels. If not, oh, this is going to be a pain. Now, because of what happened during the vertical ascent level a few parts ago, if a level takes too many tries, I'll just skip it and take another one so I don't waste everyone's time. First up is Waterfall by Cirno, 20 plays and a score of 5. That seems to be a good start. And as always, as a quick disclaimer, I apologize if my critiques on the level seem a bit too harsh. I'm doing it so that both of us can become better level designers as a whole, because making an average or a good Mega Man level is actually really difficult. I learned this the hard way in the gamble too. There are a lot of things you have to keep in mind when you're actually designing Mega Man levels so they're actually good and fun to play through. Not just fun, but unique, the proper length, etc. Some of it is, of course, you have to add proper gimmicks, proper enemy placements, proper difficulty balancing, and checkpoint placement, unique usage of gimmicks, etc., as well as a whole bunch of other things I'm probably forgetting. Okay, we have a nice selection of weapons, and I think we can slide as well. Oh, that was my fault, I got distracted by the waterfall there. Oh well, it's not too far back. Unfortunately, I don't have the charge kick. I really would have liked it. But it's the balancing act between making the stage just the right length, the right difficulty, right number of checkpoint placements, and what if it's unique enough. It's a careful balancing act between all of them. And because this game only allows you to use pre-made assets, unlike, for example, the Mega Man 2 engine, or a few other Mega Man engines where you can customize assets further, or custom scripting, new enemies, whatnot, you have to use all the pre-made assets here. Because of that, you really need to focus more on you need to be a lot more clever with your usage of the pre-made assets to make new creative challenges, and balancing them carefully balancing them in order to make the challenges feel fair, balance a proper difficulty curve of first introducing new enemies and gimmicks in safe environments, then in tougher configurations similar to what this stage is doing right now, and then wrapping up the stage at the correct length so it doesn't drag on, so you're not just repeating challenges and making the stage go on and on and on. Not to mention other features which add to how good the stage is. For example, alternate pathways, different difficulty routes, having extra capabilities of whether using special weapons will open new pathways, etc. This is not even taking into account the other different types of levels you can create in this engine and how they open up their own unique expectations. Like, for example, traditional Mega Man levels like this one, I suppose, I would expect them to be about about the same length of a classic Mega Man stage, or about the length as the average Mega Man fan game stage. Let me just do. Oh, that may have been a mistake there. Okay, somehow got to jump through there. You have to carefully balance that, and there'll be careful introduction of gimmick in a safe environment and continuing onwards. Then there are fortress levels where the developers or level designers already expect you to know base introductions of gimmicks and how they're supposed to interact with the environment, and then they'll do it in tougher configurations with other enemies that we fought before. Then there's stuff like challenge levels, which do similar things to the fortress stages but are a bit more difficult, and they focus more on careful usage of the special weapons or gimmicks we've seen before. Then of course there's the kaizo precision levels, which are kind of more jerkish and are really more focused towards expert Mega Man players who know the ins and outs of the Mega Man game they're playing. Okay, now we're fighting Napalm Man in a rather crowded environment. Thank you for Silver Tomahawk being his weakness. You're almost guaranteed to actually take some damage if he gets too close to you. I don't mind it too much. Oh, that's another thing. You also have to make it clear whether your stage is going to focus more on being able to dodge almost every attack if you're careful, or if it's impossible to dodge attacks and you need a damage boost, or force you conserve your life energy and weapon energy in order to cross. But remember, with all of these choices you have to make, oh, and I can't forget the gimmick-based levels, similar to What's the Hold Up, or the charge kick training in the previous part, where they're focused on a single gimmick, or a special weapon, like charge kick or the gravity hold. You also have to be careful because player preferences are different, and that ties in directly with quality levels, because the player's enjoyment of the stage you're going through will depend very much on the quality of the level based off the aforementioned details, and the player preferences of what level design types and level types they like the most. Like, I like certain levels more than other people do. Like, I don't mind longer levels, but some people don't like longer levels and rather like shorter levels. Same with difficulty and checkpoint placement. You have to take into account different perspectives and preferences for each player, and that leads to the final point, is that you can't please everyone. Understand what sub-audience or audience you're targeting and go for it. You can't please everyone because in the end, you won't be able to please everyone as much. Better to focus on a certain audience, target them, make them enjoy the game or level, and then focus on other levels with different targeted audiences. That's what I usually go through. Okay, next up is That Slide Tho by Lxltylerlxl. -1, 4 plays. That's not a good sign. I wonder what about that one slide is. And sorry for that one tangent. I really need to state this again over and over so people understand it. There are a lot of newbie level designers in Mega Maker, so it would be nice if we all become better level designers by training through all this. Oh, I see what you mean there. We all become better level designers by training and making better and better Mega Man levels. Because level design is an art that you need a lot of practice in order to do properly. I probably should make a video dedicated to what I think proper Mega Man level design is. And that'll tie in nicely to when I design my own Mega Man Maker stage. Okay. Well, I'm doomed. This is going to be one of those precision stages. At least it's just one screen. I really hope there's a checkpoint up there. But as to be expected, I was expected there to be a bunch of challenge levels that I'll have to go through in that precise small block. But that's... okay, you did it this time. That took quite a while. Oh, thank you for putting the checkpoint there. Let me guess. I can't go take the bottom route because it'll instantly kill me. Oh, okay, so I need to get a precise jump upwards. Thank you for training me for it, and then do it at the bottom. I don't mind it too much, as it properly trains me for it. And I can't do it against the wall. I need to do it just away. I don't know how I did that one, but okay. Especially on my second try. Oh. Thank you for putting checkpoints at the beginning of each room. That's one of my annoyances at other Mega Man Maker levels, or some other challenge levels where they don't put enough checkpoints. Like I said before, I think the golden rule is 6 to 12 screens between each checkpoint, unless it's a challenge stage like this one, where in that case you should increase the number of checkpoints that you have, so that players don't get frustrated having to repeat challenges over and over. We have one per each of these challenge rooms, so that's nice. Or at least a challenge level. I just clipped through the wall there. Let's try it again. If I can just do it in the right segment, but that's the problem, it has to be pixel precise. And I already aired my grievances about the spikes hitboxes in a previous part. Probably the same thing here. I keep clipping through the wall. Yeah, I aired about the spikes grievances in a previous part with that vertical level, and now I'm just clipping through the wall all the time. That's not a good sign for this engine. There are a lot of other bugs about this engine that probably should be fixed in the future. If there's one other thing I would like about this, it's a quick way to just fast forward through deaths. Like, hold down a button so you could skip the death animation and just immediately reset the stage or restart your last checkpoint. That way it's less annoying than having to wait 10 seconds, especially at these challenge stages, where failure is readily apparent. Yeah, I'm just skipping this stage. It's gonna take too long and I won't be able to do this. that's more my fault because I'm not that good with precision sliding here. And I feel like this engine, as I'm kind of beating a dead horse here, I really feel like this engine's precision is a bit tighter compared to other ones. And that's why I talk about how the spikes, well, when I say precision, I'm talking about how you have to be really precise in order to get through those charge kick blocks, or that one block high charge kick areas. And, well, and of course the spikes feel like they're really blocky, just like in old NES classics, the Mega Man Classic games on the NES, but they feel a bit bigger, the hitboxes for the spikes, compared to other engines, like Mega Man 2, where it felt like the collision boxes for the spikes were a bit smaller, but that's how I feel at least. Alright, next random level. First level was fine, a little bit forgettable. Second one was a challenge level, but I'm not too skilled enough to give my proper thoughts about it. At least there was the one checkpoint per each challenge screen, so I do appreciate it. And it felt like there was a nice steady progression in difficulty too. Next up is the Pharaoh Tomb by Matt J84, 15 plays and a score of 3. Let's hope that this is more of a standard stage instead of a more kaizo or challenge level type. Either regular, fortress, or gimmick-based levels I would like more. And as usual, in the description below, I'll leave timestamps and IDs of each of these levels so you can play them on your own if you want. Okay, and this is one of those other levels which is big, so it kind of is stuttering movement. Metal Blade, Star Snake, and... okay, Magnet Beam. I thought it was the wave something. I thought so. I thought there was going to be an alternate pathway there. Whoa. Yeah, I was suspicious there was going to be an alternate pathway, especially because we could run out of Magnet Beams. A good design there. I will have to return over there and see what's up there. I kind of forgot to list the ID though, unfortunately. And as you saw over there, once I complete a random level, it just takes me all the way back to the beginning of the screen. It doesn't take me back to the random level it doesn't take me back to the level selection screen, or the level I just completed, just because normally when I complete a level that I found online, either by searching my ID, by term, or by the new queue, it always gives me the option to thumbs up or thumbs down or download the level, but here, once I complete a random level, for some reason it doesn't give me that option. It just shunts me back down, it just sends me back to the main screen of the game. It doesn't even allow me to thumbs up or thumbs down it for some reason, so I hope that is fixed. Because I would really like to thumbs up the first two levels, or at least the first level. Because they were fun at least, or at least the first one. And I feel like that's an oversight. It really should be fixed so that we can actually leave a rating or share the levels or save them better. Because we're playing levels regardless. And just like when the other three methods or the other 3+ methods of playing the level other than random, we should be able to access the voting tools, because it's not like the 100 Mario challenge or 100 Mega Man challenge, which the developers said they will implement in some fashion in the future, so I appreciate that. It's not like that, so we might as well, because we pressed the random or shuffle button, we should be given the option to at least rate the level. I'm gonna restart at the last checkpoint so I can actually see what the upper route takes. So far, the random level selection doesn't seem that bad, other than the second level, but once again that's due to my lack of skill, but even then, that challenge level still, I think, is well designed and has proper checkpoint placement. Okay, let's take the route that requires the Magnet Beam. Always like it when stages actually have alternate pathways, it really adds to the replayability. I'm just gonna slide past all of those add-ons, run face first into this Colton. Oh, neat! We can either use the Magnet Beam to get above, or just use the Metal Blade to get across. I really want to take care of those Skeleton Joes so they don't throw skeletons at me. Okay, so this pathway forces you to use special weapons in order to get across. Otherwise we'll have to farm weapon energy, or, well, or just kill ourselves and take the other pathway. So we're taking the upper pathway this time, and they link back up here. So okay, so it's a minor alternate pathway similar to Mega Man 6 or Mega Man 7, but it was fun. I don't mind it. I was hoping it was going to do another high jump there. I don't know why I would open that up there. I know why I would do that one, though. So I can deal with this one. Oh, that was my fault, though. I should have waited. Neat. If we had the magnet beam energy left over, we can take this route in order to get all those extra goodies. Sadly, I lose access to these ones. Huh, I think there's something up there, but can I access it? Let's see if I have enough magnet beam energy in order to properly access it. Guess not. Well, I'll be taking the bottom route then. Okay, we have to quickly move through this in order to get by. Unfortunately, I can't this easily down the stage without reviewing the video because I didn't enter in my ID. I didn't write down the ID of this stage, unfortunately. That was my fault for not jumping high enough. So sadly, because we're not taken back to the level entry screen, we lose access to that. Or we can't just replay the stage or download it. I know I'm ragging on the developers for this, but I feel like it's a glaring oversight. Because even if you pick a random level, it should act the same way as when you pick a level normally. It's not like the Mega Maker 100 Mega Man challenge. You should be given the option to rate the levels, save it, etc. But enough about that, I'm ragging on that too much. We should be talking about other things now, like the actual level. Oh wow! Seems like these pickups actually respawn, for some reason. Let me see if I can get through this again. Nope. Not quite. Oh well, at least it promotes players who are a lot more skilled than I am. So I don't mind it too much. Damage boost off the bone. Kill off these batons. Quickly take care of the hothead generator. The hothead. Oh, and I was right at the boss door. Well, if there's one thing I'd like to credit to the level designer of this, is that the level progression, or difficulty progression, is fine. It's not too difficult. Come on. These batons aren't helping. Of course, and now I got killed because I didn't switch to the correct weapon. Oh, I do have an E-tank. Let me just use that. I'm going to lose it anyway, so might as well. So his weakness is the Surge Snake. Okay, makes it a lot easier. Good. And that's the end of the stage. As I was saying, I do like the difficulty progression, the alternate pathway near the beginning, as well as the checkpoint placement. It feels like a classic Mega Man stage, or traditional Mega Man stage, but it feels a little bit shorter, but I find it's fine. Once again, I really wish it takes me back to the level start screen instead of my example level screen. Why does it take me to the my level screen for some reason? Or example level screen? It's really strange. Why that of all screens? Still, I like the stage. Oh yeah, and off screen, what I'll do is I'll enter the ID and I'll give it the level a thumbs up. Probably that'll fix it. Oh, and by that note, I wonder if I use the random level, does it actually mark the level as being completed with a star? I'll have to check off screen. In fact, let me do something right now. Once the level data gets loaded... Okay. Sometimes the server acts up a bit. Okay, next level, Stop Willy's Spaceship, or Stop Willy's Spaceship, by Sembei. 10 plays and a score of 1. This time, I wrote down the ID because I really want to check something. Like I said, once you complete the random level, you should be taken to the level start screen or level intro screen here. But I wrote down the ID because I want to search it. I want to check after I complete this level to see if it's actually marked as completed. Okay, we have a teleporter here. We only have access to the top spin and Mega Buster, and we can only slide. Too bad I can't get those E-tanks. Wait, can I? Nope, I can't. I guess these pickups are used as environmental stuff. Oh, neat usage of all these fire bars acting like thrusters. Oh yeah, thank you for putting this here to illustrate that we need to use the top spin in order to get across. And I completely failed here because I destroyed the tellies too early. Okay, I need to use the top spin in order to jump off those tellies, or bounce off those tellies, and then I can get across. Really wish there was some small weapon energy so I can restore my stock in case I die. This is how you're supposed to do it. And that's how you get across. Clever, just make sure not to destroy the ground, to destroy any tellies early. Okay, liking the difficulty progression, I did like how the thrusters are used. Really wish the background wasn't pitch black. I wish there was a star background or something. As I was saying, I need to use the top spin in order to get across, so I better conserve it. And I died right in front of the checkpoint because I didn't jump just at the right time. I jumped too early. It isn't too far, so I don't mind it. I really hope there's enough top spin energy left over so I could actually complete the stage properly. Of course I could just farm weapon energy here, but it would take extra time, so no thanks. Darn. This is also one of those other scenarios where I really wish I had the energy balancer, so it can automatically refill special weapons I'm running low on. This time, do it correctly. I'm gonna ignore that. Oh, thank you, random drops. I thought this was actually just the background, but no, it's just the foreground. I could skip this challenge by just using the top spin, but I'd rather conserve it because I'm not sure what lies ahead. Oh, I see. Gotta be careful and be quick so you can actually get across, and so you can actually get the E-tank. Really would like some extra weapon energy though. And there's a large life energy over there, so I don't mind it. I don't mind taking some damage there. So far liking the stage, although it's a little bit simple. You just need to be careful about your conserving top spin energy. And I really wish... checkpoint placement is good, difficulty progression I think is fine. Thank you for putting an illustration there that you needed to use top spin in order to get across, bounce off those tellies and whatnot. But I would like a more detailed background instead of it being just pitch black. Hello, Crazy Cannon. Or Shotman. I'll just alternate between calling it both names. Oh. I see you. What makes these annoying is that the fact I don't actually have the charge shots, I can't just one-shot them. So I'll just three-shot them. Thankfully I can hit the crazy cannons easily from up here. Now we're on the Wily's second spaceship, I suppose. Okay, now we have all these mets firing at us. That's a nice alternate way of having rinkas, or cannons, that are shooting at us. Good job. I'm seeing a lot of creative ways that Level Designer has added alternate manners of decorating the spaceship. And I see... at least we have a... oops, that's my fault. And I see that we have a spot to farm weapon energy if we really need it. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to get back into the interior of the spaceship. But I'm really liking this stage. It's certainly one of my... it's certainly my second favorite stage out of the bunch. The first stage was my favorite one, if you ask me. I see the spikes at the bottom, I think. At least I think those are spikes. I do like how we started out from the hull of the ship, or the deck of the ship, then we went into the interior, now in the engine room or something. Whoops, okay, I thought those were bottom's pits, but those are actually spikes. They got camouflaged with the black background there. Also, thank you for putting the large life or weapon energy pickup over there. Really appreciate it. Wow. That tackle fire, or should I say hothead, actually, he really carefully timed his shot there. Let's take care of all these batons. Now let's do this segment correctly this time. Once again, thank you for putting a large life and weapon energy there so I could make my way across. Though I wish that the game didn't pause itself, because that throws me off. Okay, now we're in the... I don't know what room we're in. Are we in the... captain's room? Or is it the boarding room? It must be some room. Oh, I see. Clever usage with all these rollers. Now we have the hoppers, this gumball cannon, and now we're at the boss gate. Pretty nice stage. I really like the variety of level areas because we started from the deck, then we made it into the interior, then to the engine room, now to this place. Okay, now we can fight Napalm Man, and I just teleported out. That's kind of funny. Oh no, we don't actually we don't have his weakness. This is going to be quite a difficult fight. Well, I do have one E-Tank, so I can do that at least. Really hope he keeps throwing his napalm bombs. That'll make this fight a lot easier. I'm not taking any chances. I'm using the Mega Buster. I mean the E-Tank. And there we have it. Napalm Man is almost dead. Really wish his pattern wasn't randomized. But that was the end of Stop Wally's Spaceship. Now that I'm reconsidering, this is now my favorite stage out of the bunch. So let's see if it actually saved the fact that I completed the stage. So thankfully I noted it down just before I completed the stage. Nope. It didn't actually show that I completed the stage, unfortunately. Sorry, Dr. Sembei. Yeah, that's another big thing that needs to be fixed. It really should mark the fact that we completed these stages, even if we use the random feature. Kind of unfortunate. So I'll just replay these stages off screen, get them finished, and I'll give them all thumbs up. Alright, 5th random level of the bunch is Kazgrim Act 3 by Strache, or Strache. 4 plays and a score of 1. Oh, okay. Whoops. Sorry there. I didn't expect it to take me all the way there. Let me see if I can search it. If I could only search by authors, because I didn't get the exact name, unfortunately. Or the precise name, so sorry. I'll play your level in the next part. I promise, as one of the first levels to be covered. To make it up to you. And of course we have intermittent server issues as well. Okay, 5th level, Floating Menace by VolcanicViper. 5 plays and a score of -2. That's not a good sign. Let's do this. Also, off-screen I did something extra in order to make sure that the levels I play through are actually recorded. What I did was... Okay, first let me see what's next to the stage and I'll explain. Thank you for being really generous in terms of stuff I can start out with. Okay, I think I know what I need to do here. I really need to use the rush jet in order to get across. Basically, off-screen, I just recorded the level ID, then I backed out, and went to this, and then I went back to the MISC menu under the search option for finding levels, entered the level ID, and then entered the level. That way, okay, I skipped and passed the enemy there. Nice. That way, the level completion will be recorded, and I can actually thumbs up the levels. I'll do the same for the rest of the levels that I will showcase in this part using the random level feature. That's the way to circumvent the issue I referred to earlier, but hopefully that'll be fixed in a future update. It's a little bit annoying, but it works. It's not too bad. Thankfully we have the option to search by level ID. Okay, now we're in the ship, I suppose. Let's see, should we take the right route? Or the left? Let's see what's on the left side. Can we get across? Yes, we can. Oh yeah, I forgot. These are solid. Seems quite odd, but hey, that's this engine's thing. And now let me just make my way to the right. And of course, these big eyes are still very damaging. I see I'll eventually make my way to the left. That makes sense. Okay, now we have these laser turrets. I'm going the wrong way. I probably should be getting that checkpoint. A little bit confusing where I'm supposed to be going, but it's not too bad. Oh, okay, so this leads to nothing. Good to know. Okay, so I can't go to the left. The low wall forces me to go to the right. And I really should be using my special weapons more because I have a lot of them. Especially stuff like the Crash Bomber. Yeah, it's a little bit confusing where I'm going, especially with all the teleporters, because I always think there is another pathway I can take. The wrong direction. I'm gonna have to use the Crash Bomber here. So I can at least two-shot this big eye. I get the feeling that I will need to have some extra E-tanks in order to defeat the boss. Well, at least I get a lot of goodies for taking this route. What else do I need? Okay, Firestorm needs the rest. Okay, let's go to the left then. Let's see what's over here. I get the feeling there's a lot of extra goodies for extra paths we can take if we're careful. Okay, now we have all these caterpillars. I guess down is the way to go. I got hit by... oh. Whoops. I got ambushed there. That wasn't really that fair. I wish there was a checkpoint nearby. Actually, it isn't that far back, so there's no need for a checkpoint. Never mind. I cancelled that critique. But yeah, I was surprised by that. Then again, it was alluded to earlier, but I didn't realize it disconnected there, though. Let's hold the right this time and get across. And this time use the Crash Bomber in order to get across. Crash bombs. I'm curious, is there something up there? Oh no. Once again, I got stuck in the wall. Oops. That's another bug that should be fixed by the developers. It's not too far though, so I'll just speedrun this and get across. Damage boost my way if necessary. After all, the only threat is really that Hammer Joe. And he can also deflect if I'm not careful. I'll just damage boost my way across and just reuse the Crash Bomber in order to open up this gate and then fight the boss. I really wish there was an intention mark showing that it's dangerous to go over there. Not too much of a complaint though, so I'm fine. It's not too bad because the checkpoint's nearby. Oh, the boss fight isn't here yet, it seems. Okay, we're getting there, I suppose. So we're taking the underside, we have to avoid all these Hammer Joes. Is this where the paths loop up or something? It seems like it. I'm gonna take this M-Tack and then take the upper route. Hopefully it doesn't lead to another getting launched into the wall moment. If so, at least I have the restart by checkpoint option. Never mind, it leads to nothing. Thank goodness the developers of the Mega Maker engine actually included the option to restart at the last checkpoint. That fixes problems where you can get stuck in the wall. I'm hearing lasers. Force beams, I mean. Not a good sign. Where are you, Crash Bomber? I need you. Oh boy. Gotta hurry here. I was expecting to be telefragged or instantly killed by one of these force beams, but I can't unless I jump. I guess we're in the engine room of this airship. Oh no, okay, that was basically just giving an illustration or early warning that was going to happen. That's why I could just slide across. And thus we finished the stage. And this is actually the first stage where we end with a party ball, at least in this LP I've seen. So Floating Menace was certainly a fun stage. I don't know why I got -2, but it was fun. There were some parts where a little bit too enemy spammy, but I enjoyed it. I like Stop Wily's spaceship more, but this was fun. So good work, VolcanicViper. Alright, next up on the list is... assuming the server doesn't crash again. I wonder why it takes this long to actually load up for some reason. Naga's Land Part 1 by James the Sioux 20. 4 plays and a score of 1. Make sure to enter the ID first, and then play the stage so I can actually upvote it. Until this bug is fixed, like I said, I will be repeating this step. And it does this stage mentions it's Part 1, so I suppose there'll be a Part 2 or 3 in the future. Okay, we have a plain dark blue background, or deep blue background, and a Lxltylerlxl stuff, and Crash Bomber. We don't have sliding or charging, okay, we have charging. Mega Man 4 charging, but no sliding though, and we have the Crash Bomber. Let me guess. Oh, I was totally expecting there to be, Yoku blocks. And now we have to use the Crash Bomber in order to proceed. Thank you for putting the large life energy there, weapon energy, so it could, just in case we get stuck. Hold right here so I can actually collect this life energy. Okay, very simple level design, I suppose. And we have a checkpoint right over here, but I'm really thankful that the designer actually put these large life pickups here, just in case you run out of Crash Bomb energy. And we're fighting Napalm Man right now. Okay then. His weakness is of course the Crash Bomb. What else would it be? And that was Naga's Land. Very short stage, barely any difficulty progression, but the main thing I liked was the fact that they always provided large weapon energy in case you would get stuck at the end, or get stuck by the doors. But really there's not much of a stage, it feels like a prototype for experimenting with stuff. So I won't give it a thumbs up, because it feels like it has to be something else. And I see there are a whole bunch of other Naga's lands, so... I suppose we have to combine a bunch of them in order to create a full stage. Because it really feels like a mini-stage or just one section of the stage. Alright, last level for this part. Overall, the random number or random level selections have been not that bad actually. They haven't been too mean, and most of them have been relatively fair, none of them have been really painful other than the second stage, but even then, that felt well constructed in a way, and it felt fair in its own right, even though it was like a really precise stage. I thought I entered the ID over there properly, so let me see if I can find it. Oh, I don't think I have it, unfortunately. Oh well, I'll review the video footage, and then in the next part I'll also place that as the first stage to go through. Okay, and let's go for the actual random level. Pit of Mega Memories by Kitkat. This time I will write it down explicitly, and then I'll research it. Okay, it worked this time. 15 plays and a score of 1. Let's see what this level has to offer. Once again, my apologies for not writing down the IDs or miswriting it. Like I said, I'll probably be embarrassed when reviewing the footage the fact that I missed a few of the numbers. I probably mixed around some of the numbers, that's why it doesn't find it. But as I said, for the 2 levels that I didn't cover or accidentally skipped over due to my own incompetence or other things, I will replay them in the next part as the first few levels. Then I'll try out a bunch of other stuff. Probably Twitter levels and whatnot. Twitter and viewer levels. We had a bunch of level terrain that... We had a bunch of different varied level terrain over there, illustrating all sorts of tile sets that are available. each with their own different energy elements, or different level elements. And we have Bubble Man's team for some reason. Now we're in this platforming segment. No enemies here for some reason. Are we in the Quick Man Gauntlet? Oh no, we are in it. At least there's a little bit more delay so we can get across it fast enough. Finally, our first enemy, all these prop tops or whatever they're called. Is this going to be like several segments of challenges from previous stages remade here, and we have to get across it as quickly as possible while trying to survive? This reminds me of Sparkman's stage from Mega Man 3. Yeah, it really feels like these are recreations of level segments from previous Mega Man stages. Like this feels, this is exactly like what Skullman's level segment was back in Mega Man 4. So I guess that's what this stage's gimmick is. Really wish the stage remixed some of these levels though, instead of just replaying each of these level segments over and over. Here's Napalm Man's stage. There would be a Sumatran over here, but we don't have access to the Sumatrans, so instead we have, well, these big eyes. And there'll also be a Sumatran here. The big eyes, I see what they're going for, but the big eyes aren't exactly the best replacement for the Sumatrans, because the Sumatrans aren't invulnerable most of the time, and they're not as durable as the big eyes. Perhaps when the Sumatrans are added to the engine, that'll be fixed. Now we're in Nightman's castle. Or should I say the capital of science. That's an odd break over there. Now we're in Sparkman's stage. No, not Sparkman, this is Dustman, my apologies. I kept calling these junk blocks, but in reality, these are Dustman blocks. Sorry for continuously mistaking them. Now we're in Airman's segment. Oh, so that's what the introduction part... When we were falling down that chute, it showed all of those blocks which were taken from each of these level segments, so as foreshadowing to what was going to happen in the next part of the stage, like here. I still don't know why the Bubble Man team would be appropriate. A Wily Fortress team would be a lot more appropriate because we're replaying through stages. Okay, this was, well, Woodman. Now we're in Bubble Man stage, finally appropriate music. I'm gonna do it risky, take it a little bit more risky and take this route. Wasn't too bad. Now in Blizzard Man's segment. Thank you for putting a checkpoint at the beginning of each segment. Good level design there, although the levels are rather short. And there are barely any enemies for some reason. I would really like to see more enemies in each of these segments so they don't feel so barren. Because I know each of these level segments in the original games had enemies, so might as well have them here. And we reached the boss door. Let's see who the boss is. Crashman, of course. What is his weakness? Not that, of course. I'm trying to figure out what his weakness is. No, I'm probably gonna die here, but it's fine. I don't mind it because, well, I have infinite lives. Well, this was certainly a... I don't know what to say about it. This is one of the most meh stages out of the park, because the developer, or rather level designer, just almost completely replicated each of these level segments from the original Mega Man classic stages, almost one for one, outside of enemies and certain gimmicks being missing. So I don't know how to feel about it. Of course, it's the mock tornado. What else would it be? Oh, it could have been... Never mind, we didn't have anything else. So, I guess this was the stage. It just feels kind of cheap because we're just replicating the stages almost one for one from the original incarnations, and there's no remix of them. I understand why it's called Pit of Mega Memories, because the stages are directly taken from the original incarnations as much as possible, but I would really like if there was some remixes of each stage, so that they actually stand out instead of just being strings of level segments that we've gone through before. I won't give it a thumbs up because of that. I would just like there to be more remixes. So if there's a Pit of Mega Memories 2, I would like to see more remixes of level gimmicks, or maybe even giving the player the option to choose which pathway to go through to add to replayability. That would be nice. Well then, I covered 7 levels using the random search option. I thought it was going to end up being a lot worse than I expected, with a lot more challenge levels, a lot of first-timer levels, a lot of low-quality levels, etc, etc. But most of the levels in this part were rather well constructed. Outside of maybe one level, and maybe the 5th or 6th one, I forget its name specifically, all of them were, or rather the 7th one, the one I just went through, I feel that they were relatively well constructed. Only one stage was rather, really challenging, which was the charge kick precision level. But even then I felt it was well constructed with well placed checkpoints. So the random level option went pretty well, but as I have repeatedly stated, I really wish that once you complete the random level, it should take you back to the level intro screen, just like when you use Enter ID, or you browse for a level, you search for a level. In each of those 3 options, you're taken, after you complete a stage, you're taken right back to the level info screen, where you can thumbs up, thumbs down it, see the level authors, other creations, as well as download the level for each usage. But for a random level, you don't get that option. Once you complete the stage, you're taken right back to the main screen of Mega Maker, specifically right over here for some reason. And not over here, you're taken to the play level, you're taken to the My Levels page for some reason. I don't know why, because you haven't downloaded the random levels yet. And because of this, unless you wrote down the name of the stage, or the numerical ID of the level, you're out of luck, and, well, you won't be able to rate it up, rate it down, and it doesn't even track the fact that you actually completed the stage, which I believe to be a huge oversight. So hopefully that will be fixed and the random level is brought up to speed with the other 3 search options. It just feels so inconsistent that for some reason random level doesn't function the same way as Enter ID, Browse, and Search. I mean, why does it take you back to the played level or played downloaded level screen of all places even though you'd never downloaded it? It just feels so strange. But as I said, the random level option was fine, and I think I got lucky with the random levels that were selected. So in the next part, I'll first be covering the 2 levels that I skipped over due to my incompetence of not writing down the correct ID. And I'll cover probably 5 levels that I find using the Mega Maker hashtag on Twitter. Well then, thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Toodles!